We believe what makes GROHE fittings and the design special is that we try to find the perfect balance between technology, quality and design.
GROHE has its own design centre because our board and our directors recognise the value and importance of design at a very early stage and regard design as one of the key pillars of our company.
We work very closely with our colleagues from marketing in the organisation because they have lots of information on what's happening of course, in the markets, the kind of products that people are interested in. And of course, we work also with the various departments, the technology guys, the engineers, of course, we bring them here at the beginning just to understand the kind of technologies we can expect to be inside. It's really important for us to be able to transfer the three-dimensional information on CAD directly down to this area, to these machines, where we can quickly make rapid prototypes or prototypes of our design. This is crucial because we're dealing with products that humans interact with. So it's really important for us to understand the sizes, how it feels with your hand. So we make very quick models to allow us to assess the ergonomics of the product and also the emotional, the feel, the tactility of the product. Sometimes the things that we send from the computer, they just don't translate well into 3 dimensions. And that's the whole purpose of this area, is to as quickly as possible understand the positives and negatives of a concept.
Design is always the product of teamwork. The team works together right from the initial phase of a project. We hold initial concept meetings together, and then one designer works on a project for a certain period. The team meets up again at regular intervals and exercises group criticism. The team retains responsibility even after design approval.
To be a good designer, one must understand people, and more specifically, people you're designing for. So for example, I might myself like minimalist design. However, when I'm designing a range of faucets for a more traditional kind of consumer, I really have to understand what they like, what really connects with them emotionally, what their kind of values are. So I think a good designer really understands people.
It's a common misconception that designers are difficult. In fact, designers are extremely open, emotional people who engage in a very open dialogue with customers, with people in general, and with the environment. In no way are they difficult.
We believe that design isn't a superficial styling addition to a product, it's the essence of a product. It's the part that communicates to the consumer how and where they will interact with water, and it delivers a very precious resource, of course, into the bathroom or kitchen environment.
Welcome to the experimental development laboratories of GROHE. It's here that the critical properties of new products are tested and optimized to lay the foundations for GROHE quality.
In all GROHE plants, parts delivered by GROHE suppliers are checked on a random basis in the receiving inspection department. Both manually and using the latest measuring technology, staff examine whether the required technical specifications are met and GROHE's high-quality standards fulfilled. Before the start of production of a new product, all properties of the materials used are tested equally thoroughly, for example using what's known as a coordinate measuring machine.
We use this test rig to measure how conveniently water temperature can be varied between 34 and 42 degrees Celsius with a single lever mixer. The lever on the mixer is not moved by hand. Instead, a uniform jerk-free movement is generated by a motor-driven test rig. It's very important that the fittings remain leak-free at high pressures. This is why we have a special high-pressure test rig, which can automatically vary the pressure continuously or in steps from 1 to 50 bar, including with hot water. Using this state-of-the-art laser interferometer, we can investigate the reasons for leaks. It lets us see whether the ceramic washers used in modern fittings to control and close off the flow of water are flat enough. The maximum permissible deviation from the ideal line is 0.6 micrometers, roughly 1/100th of the thickness of a human hair. It may at first glance seem like a minor detail, but the number of pores determines the behavior of the ceramic washer in practice. If there are too many pores, the washer will develop leaks, and if there are not enough, the movement becomes stiff. We're now in the noise laboratory. Here we measure the noise which the fitting transmits to the pipe and then to the wall of the adjacent room. If the fitting is well designed, only very little sound energy is transmitted to the water pipe, and we later receive an approved low noise symbol. We also use special machines built in-house to simulate the mechanical abrasion acting on the fittings during daily cleaning, for example in hotels or other public facilities. In this way, various coatings or prints used to identify the controls can be tested and compared. This is the Kestenich test, which employs an aggressive industrial atmosphere to highlight any defects in the decorative coating. Here in the long-term immersion test, we test the resistance of materials and surfaces to common bathroom cleaners. Despite rinsing, these cleaners can remain in inaccessible areas over extended periods, causing damage to the surfaces. Here we see a climate cabinet, in which we simulate the kind of very low temperatures that can occur during product transport. And when all these tests have been passed, there's one further hurdle before production can begin. The complete fittings are subjected to lifetime testing in our Life Test laboratory in Lahr.
The GROHE Life Test Laboratory is situated in Lahr in the Black Forest. The water conditions here allow us to simulate the toughest conditions encountered anywhere in the world. The unique combination of strict quality inspections during product development and long-term service testing in the Life Test Laboratory results in high-quality standards, often comfortably exceeding the requisite standard specifications. The test rigs are designed by the test engineers themselves, built by a custom machine manufacturer and then adapted on-site to the requirements of individual tests.
In the life test carried out here, the effects of wear and material aging on the smooth operation and tightness of the fitting are investigated. Wear behavior in particular is determined by a number of factors, some of them acting in combination. For such complex tribological, that is, friction and wear processes, there are at present no reliable simulation models. Dependable predictions can only be made through experimentation.